This is the 2024 Ford F-150 STX, and this might be the best trim you can buy in 2024. Let's roll! Before we talk about this beautiful truck, special thanks goes to our great friends at Markville Ford and Lincoln dealership. They're a dealership located in Unionville, Ontario, Canada, just north of Toronto. They're kind enough to allow me to borrow this thing for today, show you everything you need to know about this trim that hasn't been in the market for a while, and why I think it's probably the best one to buy at this point if you're looking for something that offers you performance and of course a bit of style. If you want to take this for a spin or check it out in person, don't forget, check out the link in the description below so you can go in and check it out for yourself. But for now, let's talk about this beauty. Let's start with the exterior, rear end specifically. We've got the standard tail lights. These are, I believe, not LED, full LED tail lights in this case, but you get some accessories. So you got your trailer attachment in the back. Of course, with this one, you got a tow hook option as well. And we've got a standard tailgate, which is not soft closing in this case, but it's actually not that heavy. I expect it to be slightly heavier, but it's nice, light built. We've got the rear bumper, which is just standard. The exterior color of this is the galvanized gray, which I think is probably the best instead of the black one, which makes everything disappear because it is an exterior package. Now, moving on to the side, let's talk about what it offers in terms of the tire setup. We've got 20-inch with this package, blacked out. These are sort of like matte black, which I like. We got a single exhaust tip on the right side of the vehicle. In terms of the bed, this offers the 5.5 size bed, or 6 foot with this package. You've got two compartments, one on each side for you to use. And then at the top of here, we have the standard brake light and the bed light, but you don't get a rear small window in this case. Moving on to the side over here, we've got the side step, standard door handles with no option to lock them automatically, so you don't get a button with this package. Then moving on to the front, standard mirrors, no turning signal in this case, and manually foldable, but you can also adjust the position automatically from the inside. On the side, we've got the F-150 badge, STX, so that people know this is the STX trim, similar rims in the front. And then if we move slowly to the front end, of course, this is the 2024 model, which means it received a facelift, and the front end is where everything kind of starts. For example, we've got different headlights. We're able to catch the old model on the highway while we're filming the rollers of this one, so you can see the difference between the two. We've got this amber light in the center, which is your turning signal and daylight running light. I love how this thing looks with a facelift. And you have the standard blacked out grille, also black and white Ford badge in the front, which is part of this trim, the STX. We've got the tow hooks at the bottom, fog lights as well, blacked out front bumper, and that's about it. Now, let's talk about the pricing. In Canada, you get to pick the Super Crew or the Super Cab. Base model starts at about $55,000, $56,000. In the US, same thing, but it starts at about $47,000. Now, that is a really good price for what you get. But what about the engine options? You have two engine options. You can get a 2.7 liter V6 twin turbo, which is similar to you'd see in the Ranger now, which is nice. And this is the one that we have in this model. Or you can get the 5-liter V8 naturally aspirated, which you could probably supercharge and make crazy amount of horsepower, because that's the latest thing that I've heard on the social media, where people are buying the standard single cab vehicles and supercharge them with Roush and make 700 horsepower, which is, again, is pretty insane. But the one that you've seen here makes about 325 horsepower. The V8 makes about 400 naturally aspirated, which I think is still very impressive. It will cost you about $1,500 in the US to upgrade to the bigger engine, about $2,200 in Canada to get to the V8. Is it worth it? That all comes down to you. But the EcoBoost is supposed to be more fuel efficient. That's the idea behind it. And of course, it is equipped with the 10-speed automatic transmission. You get the 4x2 or the 4x4. Let's jump onto the interior, second row. Of course, you don't get leather seats with this package. You got the standard theme for the XTC with cloth interior, but you do get some extra space. There's space underneath here. You can also fold this bad boy as well. And look at that, this massive area that you can make use of it, which I think is better than the one they offer with the separate compartment. I kind of like it because it gives you so much space in the back, and you can just fold the seat completely, and then the same thing on that side. Now let's jump inside because it is spring in Canada, but somehow it's still cold. You don't get a panoramic roof or a sunroof with this package, with this option that we have. Lots of compartment on the door panel on this side, this plastic finish, which is okay. And thank you for dropping that down. We've got in the center cigarette lighter, and then 2 USB-C ports, 2 air vents, and then the cup holders in the back to make use of it. And that's about it. The seats, of course, cloth. You got some space behind it, and that's it. That's all you get. Now, let's jump into the front. It's nice to have that side step, the running board, which is fixed. Jumping inside, the first thing is that with this package, you don't get any remote starts. There's the standard key fob, lock, unlock, and of course the alarm in this case, and that's about it. So just start it up, insert the key, and there you go. Now, the interior, quite impressive, I have to say. Why? Because you get a massive screen for the infotainment. You don't get that tiny screen, which is a great option. And you also get a digital cluster, no heads-up display in this case, but that's still okay. I like what they're offering with this package overall. Let's get into the details. Let's start on this side first. The steering wheel is nice. You don't get full leather in this case, but that's okay. It's a construction vehicle in some ways. You got tons of buttons. On the right side, you can control the cluster. On the left side, you have your voice control, audio system, lane assist. In this case, so you get a cruise control, but there is no gap assist with this package as far as I can see here. But then there is the volume on the left. And of course, you can adjust the steering wheel column manually. Another thing you notice is that the actual gear shifter is located on the column. With this package, you don't get it in the center, which also opens up the area for more space in the center. On that, pretty standard. It does come with power hand brakes, which is located on the left side of the steering column, and that's about it. This is a 12.4, I believe, inch screen, which is huge, almost the size of a tablet in many ways, or a laptop. You've got buttons at the top for the camera. This is the backup camera with parking sensors, which is nice to have. There's the start and stop option as well. You've got your traction control onto that side, and this is your screen. Now, one thing I find disappointing, they could have made these into like a lot of pockets that you can put stuff in it. That would have been nice, not just make them useless. Now, essentially, these are control units. I believe on that side is the plug, and on this side is a different button. But in this case, because it's not the fully loaded trim, it's just blank in many ways. In the center, you got your screen, touch screen, of course. You get your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto that you can connect to. You've got different settings, and then you've got the features that comes with this package. You have your driver assistant package in this case that you can control that system. So you've got your lane keep assist, pre-collision assist, exit warning, rear view mirror camera. You got your blind spot assist, cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist, driver alerts, all that stuff comes with this package, which is nice. And you also get, shockingly, zone lighting. But this is only for the back and the front, so you can turn it on. Usually with the loaded trims, you get essentially 360. And this one, you've got front and back. But it's still nice because you can make use of that. And then you got the tow feature. Then you have your towing feature, which helps you add the trailer, manage the trailers and so on, the check lights, the sway control, which is a nice feature added to this package. So you're still getting quite a lot. Now, in terms of the camera, there's the backup camera here, but it does give you fisheye view as well. This would be for your towing. In case if you're towing, this comes in real handy. And then that's your standard backup camera. And then you also have auto parking brake and the park assist signal. And that's about it. So it's pretty basic on that, but you're still getting a lot of features. And you can also do that because it's a massive screen. You can do the built-in navigation on this side. And here you go. So you can make use of this for different features, and then you have this extra page on that side. Now, let's move further down. At the bottom, we have some buttons. This is a single zone climate unit that you can control your fan speed, temperature on that side, and different areas. And then on the left side, you've got your different driving modes. In this case, you get your towing, there is eco mode, there is sports, there's also some off-road as well, like for example slippery, and then you have your off-road that goes into 4x4, and that's about it. This is what you get in terms of the driving modes, and then 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low, 4-wheel high. On top of that, there is the coins holder, so you can put your coins in there, and in the center is your climate unit. On the right side, we've got the cigarette lighter, and you also have 2 USB-C ports on that side. But then underneath the climate unit, there is a USB-C port and a USB-C and tons of space in here to make use of. In the center, because you don't have the actual gear knob in here, you get this extra space. You can put your phone. There's no wireless charging pads, but I'm sure you can get an accessory to make it a wireless charging pad. There is some space here that you can slide another phone. You got yourself 2 cup holders and of course the massive armrest. On the passenger side, what you usually see with F150s is a hidden compartment that is like a button that you press here to open it up. In this case, it's not there, but it's still a usable space. It's large enough so you can put a lot of stuff in there, but it's not locked, so things could fall off there in case if you're going too fast or when you're braking. But you don't get what you see in the fully loaded, like the Lariat, for example, that offers that feature. In terms of the seats, both passenger and driver side are not power, are manually adjustable, which is okay, because you're still not paying a lot of money for it. Sport mode activated, pedal to the metal, spinning. It's wet. It's wet. Come on, Ford! Not bad. 2.7 liter V6 twin turbo. Not a bad engine at all. You'd think it'd be small for this truck, but it's actually pretty good. Let's put it into normal mode. We don't need sport mode anyway. We'll put it into, here we go, normal everyday driving. It's great. It's a great package. I would probably get the V8 just because it's a V8, supercharge the damn thing and then call it a day. Apparently they're selling the single cab now. You can get it supercharged with warranty, making 700 horsepower. That is insane. If you need the space, you can get this size. Really nice truck overall. Now, 2 disappointing things that I think they should have included in this truck with this package, because it is affordable, but it's not cheap. First, leather interior would be nice, matching the stitching that this offers. I think that would have been a cool package. Next thing would have been a start option, the usual start option, and you'd have everything you need for day-to-day. But then again, you put the Lariat in a very difficult position as a trim. But at least leather interior, I think, would have completed the entire package really nice. I'm not a big fan of cloth interior. Everything else is great. You got the V8, you can get the V6, the options on there. Cruise control is here. You got lane assist in this case, which is nice. You got a voice control, massive screen in the center, digital cluster. It's pretty loaded. For the price that you pay, you can't beat it. It's really nice. This is your everyday work truck, but yet looks good. The appearance package on the outside is really nice. I actually like the facelift. I love the amber lights. I love how it looks with this package, this galvanized gray metallic on the outside. It does a great job, and it's really nice. I believe in Canada and in the US, this was offered somewhere in 2004. In the US, they brought it around 2017 for a bit, and then they stopped it. In Canada, they didn't, but now it's back. That's literally about it. You can even do a mild off-road with this package in case if you need to. You can go to the cottage, towing a lot. You can pick different size bed. Perfect. I think it's a great package. If you need it fully loaded, then you go to different trims. But this one is your sort of like your sweet spot where you can get a lot.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and check out my other videos on my channel.